The truth about watching sports. Now, this is a topic I wanted to bring up for a while, and it's something that I've thought about myself a lot. Because I think personally, I love watching sports, and I maybe watch it a bit more than I probably should, probably too much. Um, so I'm going to cover in this topic what are my opinions on watching sports, how I think it's negative, and how I think it can also have a positive impact on your life. And I think the best way to go about it, really. So, sports was created just like anything in life to be addictive, right? You look at all the food companies out there that have created products that are addictive for us to eat, TV shows, movies, things like the news. They all spike emotions inside of us, right? And they spike dopamine inside of us, which make us want to repeat them, right? Nowadays, sporting industries make an insane amount of money because of that, because they thrive off that. They thrive off the viewers and the public that are watching sports all the time. I'm going to cover in this video why I think it can be detrimental, and I think the best way to go about sort of approaching watching sports. Um, I think the first thing you got to understand is that it is a form of entertainment at the end of the day, right? Just like watching TV, just like watching movies is. So in that sense, it is classed as instant gratification because of the fact that it is a form of entertainment and it spikes emotions inside of you, and it gives you that sort of dopamine hit as well when you watch a game of sports. I think playing sports is different because that's definitely delayed gratification. That's something that is actually good for your health, your well-being. It allows you to have a sort of sense of community, and it allows you to build up your social skills as well, being around other men and playing sport with them. I think the main reason sports can have a detrimental effect on your life is when it's paired with negative behaviors such as gambling, drugs, alcohol, and I guess like dependence on it. I definitely enjoy watching like my team. I'm a rugby fan, so when they play like one game a week of rugby, I'll either watch it live at the stadium or just on TV. And I sort of just watch my team because they're my team, and then that's pretty much it for the week. I just go there to enjoy the games, to be honest with you. I don't make my life all about it during the 80 minutes. At the end, I may argue with like people on the opposing or like cheering for the opposing team during the game, but then at the end of the game, we're still friends and we smile no matter what the result is. So like, I don't really see a negative impact there. I don't never drink alcohol when I'm there. I never really waste my money. I never gamble because gambling's bad and the house always wins. Remember that. Never gamble, please. Um, and then yeah, at the end of the day, like you just sort of enjoy the community. You just enjoy sort of talking to the players, talking to the different even the players on the other team, the other fans, things like that. And I think it's a fantastic social environment, especially the game of rugby union. I know a lot of other sports around the world, they create a lot of fights, they create a lot of havoc between fans, which is why fans now are actually separated in foreign stadiums, often in football in Europe and places like Eastern Europe as well. But I think rugby union is a fantastic sport. It's a sport that really promotes respect around the world, no matter where you come from, no matter where you are. Like it's a sport that everyone can enjoy, and it's a sport that everyone loves to play. Um, Another thing as well, another negative impact that it can have on you is it makes you consume a lot of calories. I know that Americans. I'm just picturing like an American watching NFL on a Sunday and he's like eating like a lot of calories there in front of the TV, just like kind of sitting there not doing anything. And I remember I had a teacher once um, in high school who I don't really know what the context of the situation was, but he basically mentioned he's like, yeah, the amount of calories that an average like American consumes when they're either like watching a movie or watching a sports match is more than like an African eats in a week or something crazy like that. I don't know if he was actually being serious, but he's right though. Like you can just sit there consuming like 2,000 calories, which is just insane, right? And that's why obesity is so big in America. But that's a side point. That's something I'm going to make another video on later. There's a video as well about the food pyramid, which I'll link below. And they mention that in this movie as well, the amount of calories that are consumed whilst watching something is just insane, right? Without actually moving, and they're just sitting there not doing anything. That's another thing that can be bad for you. I think if you're just watching sport for the aspect of sport, I think it's a waste of time, and it can be a good social occasion. It can be a good thing, and it's better than watching like some crappy TV show or a movie or something like that. But then again, it's very easy to get consumed by those other bad habits, like gambling, like alcohol, drugs, and just eating too much, overeating, things like that. When I picture the average like Englishman or something that watches football, it's usually like a fat, out-of-shape guy who loves drinking beer. And like to me, that's just a sad way to live your life. Those guys are kind of dependent on it, which is actually quite sad for them. And yeah, so I guess the key message is provided it doesn't have a negative impact on your life. I think it's an important part of our lives, and I encourage people to participate in sporting teams as much as possible without getting injured, because that has a negative impact on your life. Now, of course, getting injured can be mitigated by proper training, strength and conditioning, and just having all-round fitness, which is why I think all-round fitness is probably the most important thing. I think watching sports is fine, provided that you're doing it in moderation and you're not doing it with too many other things. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Please check out my coaching link down below, as well as my free workout routines, and I'll link the video on the food pyramid that I think you guys should all go and watch. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.